So the Acolyte. That's right, guys. Star Wars The Acolyte. Every time I think I'm done talking about The Acolyte, I get pulled back in and talking more about it. But The Acolyte was a big hit for Disney Plus, at least according to some people. That's right. The Acolyte was the number 2 most watched, most viewed series on Disney Plus in 2024 with over 2.7 billion minutes viewed. Woo! That is so many minutes viewed. That guys, you have no idea. 2.7 billion minutes viewed. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Now, initially, this comes from Deadline, where they had this whole article where they were talking about broadcast was surprisingly resilient in 2024 amid production declines, but streaming still leads the pack. And it kind of goes into a whole bunch of different streaming numbers, but way at the end, it says, but to juxtapose that with the fact that those big IP franchises were still the best performing series on Disney Plus. So people are like, "Whoa, what are you talking about here? What big IPs are you talking about?" And it says Percy Jackson and the Olympians was the top dog on Disney Plus with over 3 billion minutes viewed, and the Acolyte came in second place with 2.7 billion minutes viewed. Now, let me tell you something. That's a lot of minutes viewed, right? You would think so. Now, if we jump over to darkhorizons.com, they kind of break things down even a little bit more. It goes more in depth with this kind of stuff here. And it's important that we get in here because you see over the weekend when this news came out, people started freaking out. People were going crazy, like, well, then renew it for a second season. Why did they cancel The Acolyte? If it was the second most watched show on Disney Plus, come on, why did they cancel it? This is ridiculous. Renew The Acolyte, renew The Acolyte. People are freaking out, forgetting some very key points about the show on why, one, it wasn't renewed, and two, why it shouldn't be renewed. Now, let's get into this here. So, going down the list here, some other Disney shows, Disney Plus shows that came in. You had Agatha All Along with 2.28 billion minutes. You then had Echo in fourth, which had 1.54 billion. X-Men 97 was in fifth with 1.44 billion minutes. Now, we know X-Men 97 is going to be continued. That's going to have another season, maybe two. Echo, which nobody really liked, only had 1.54, but that's in the Marvel grand scheme of things. That show's not going to get a continuation, but the character is going to be in some other things. But here's where things get to be a little more interesting. Let's stick to the Star Wars side of things. Skeleton Crew, which was the next show within the Star Wars era, which just was recently out, total 914 million minutes watched. That hurts because it was actually a good show, but we know what happened. People didn't like The Acolyte. It was so bad that nobody then went and watched Skeleton Crew, which I really wish they would have. Okay, but let's keep going because let's then compare this show to other streaming shows out in the world. Okay, so in terms of top 10 TV originals, the Harlan Coben adaptation Fool Me Once, released on New Year's Day, topped the list with 12.1 billion minutes watched. Now, I don't even know what that show is. Bridgerton, though, I've heard of that, was second with 11.1 billion. Landman, a Taylor Sheridan show, was third with 9.9 billion. The Perfect Couple was fourth with 8.8. Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone, who's nearly 80 years old, is third with 9.9 billion. Or I'm sorry, 8.5 billion. 8.5, I'm sorry. Let's see, what's another one? Fallout. That was a big show on Amazon. 7.95 billion minutes watched. Okay, so let's break this down for those people who are sitting there still screaming, renew The Acolyte, renew The Acolyte. No. First off, The Acolyte cost nearly $300 million to make. $300 million. Do you really think a show like Tulsa King, which got, 5 billion more minutes watched, cost that much? No. Tulsa King probably cost them around like 30 million to make, if not less than that. Now let's go look at Disney. Let's go back up to Disney. And when I talk about something like X-Men 97, do you think that cost $300 million? Not a chance. Man, that show, I would be shocked if that show cost more than 30 million, $20 million, anywhere around that. So that getting 1.44 billion minutes watched, damn good. Agatha All Along, that show probably cost them around $60 million. Maybe. 2.28 billion? Excellent. Excellent. And that's what people are refusing to look at. That's what people don't see. They're not looking at the full picture. They see this little headline right here, second most viewed series on Disney Plus with 2.7 billion minutes viewed. And they all freak out and they say, yay. They don't acknowledge the fact that A, it cost them $300 million. B, nobody liked the show because the first 3 weeks people were watching it. But then after the first 2 or 3 weeks, the ratings dropped. People stopped watching it because nobody cared about it. Nobody wanted to watch it. So the fact of the matter is, this woke garbage that was the Acolyte. Yes, I said that, guys. I'm sorry. But yes, the woke garbage that was the Acolyte was trash. It was garbage. Nobody liked it. Nobody wants it. It's not coming back. These numbers that are shown, these people that are trying to highlight these numbers, it is not going to bring it back. All right, it's not coming back. People need to relax and realize that when you see one number, that doesn't explain the whole story. I've gone over it multiple times. Other people have gone over it multiple times. It is what it is. But let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. Do you think that the Acolyte has a chance of coming back? Do you think it should? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below because I want to know what you have to say.